Roblox is a platform where anyone can create and post a game. Sometimes these games are like really good, but when you give anyone the ability to create anything, it's safe to assume that most of what will be made will be bad. For every good game, there's 10 bad ones. Fortunately, bad pieces of media have always interested me. Funny bad, that is, not boring bad. Anyways, now that I'm back to making videos, I have a valid excuse to consume slop. So in this video, I'm talking about 6 Roblox slop games because they were pretty funny. Okay, so first up is Cart Ride into Among Us. Yes, really. For whatever reason, cart ride games are pretty popular on Roblox, and I have no idea why, since there's like no gameplay. At first, I thought it was because these games feature popular characters with little baby children, like Huggy Wuggy, but no, the most popular game in this genre, Create a Cart Ride, has 12,000 current players, and it doesn't seem like it has any popular characters, and I'm not playing to find out. Anyways, in the beautiful piece of art that is Cart Ride into Among Us, you take a cart ride into Among Us. I mean, the title is not false advertising, so I guess I can't really critique the game. As I said earlier, these cart ride games have like no gameplay. You go in a cart, press start, and wait until you reach the end. Awesome. But Cart Ride into Among Us can't even do the bare minimum because my cart derailed 3 separate times. One time my cart derailed and proceeded to return to the loading station. Great! And of course, this game has so much useless microtransactions. My favorite. I'll talk about the greedy practices in these games later, but just know it's not good. I quit playing that after my cart derailed for the 3rd time, but don't worry because we're not done with cart ride games because I found the best one. Rocket Cart Ride into the Minions for admin. Now, if you've seen my last video, then you know that I'm somewhat of a minion maniac. A minionac, if you will. I love the Despicable Me franchise. I would pay $50,000 just to have my cartoon guy make a cameo in Despicable Me 5, because it's too late for 4. I just love Filoni and Screw and Kevin and Bob and Stuart and Otto that much. I am their biggest fan. Like, have you seen these box office numbers? Well, guess what? That was all me. Unlike Cart Ride into Among Us, Rocket Cart Ride into the Minions for admin actually works. And you have admin before you go inside the Minions. How generous. There were even fellow Minioniacs with me in the server because this franchise is just that good. This game is great. I went into the Minion and it was awesome. Now it's time to talk about Escape Easy Obby. I know it'll be good because Grimace is in the thumbnail and Grimace is still popular. I joined the game and I'm immediately asked to favorite it, which is always a good sign, but I don't because I haven't played it, so I go around the hub, look at the prices for some of these items, which cost way too much, and start the game. Now, the moment I leave, there are floating letters in the sky telling me that I'm 100% not going to finish the obby. It's true. Despite actually requiring me to touch my keyboard, Escape Easy Obby is just as mind-numbing as the cart ride games, except without the minions or sussy imposters. Why did I say that? My mind was in autopilot the whole time. There's absolutely no challenge, and honestly, I don't know what I was expecting. Easy is in the title of the game, but easy doesn't mean it doesn't have to be fun. Also, Grimace wasn't even in the game. Like, what the flip? That's false advertising. Now, I realize that what you guys are looking for is some horror games. But don't worry, I got you covered, because the next game we're taking a look at is Build to Survive. And the thumbnail is already giving off spooky vibes, right? Huggy Wuggy, Baldy, the guy from Friday Night Funkin', and Bonnie from Five Nights at Freddy's are all traumatizing this poor little guy. Now, while scary, I feel like this thumbnail would have been scarier if all the characters were replaced by Liberty Chica. Anyways, I started a game and I'm greeted by my builds from my previous recording session. You see, I already played all these games, but I was silly and forgot to make OBS fit the screen, so my gameplay looked like this. That's right, I played these games twice. Anyways, the first monster I got was the Among Us imposter. It all comes full circle. I wanted to say hi to the imposters because we're such good friends. I did go inside them after all, but unfortunately they killed me. Twice. That made me very sad. After this, Jane the Killer showed up. I don't know who that is, and I didn't care, so I joined a new server and was greeted by the Green Imposter. I was disgusted because the imposter isn't green, he's red, so I decided just to leave the game entirely because it was too inaccurate. Next up is 1+ fat every second.
No! God! God, please, no!
The game is simple. You get +1 fat every second. Hooray! But don't you worry, because there's other things to do to spice up the gameplay. Sure. First up is a mobile game running thing where you have to go to the correct number or you lose fat. Man, it's really fun, trust me. But there's also the fighting thing, which I tried out last recording session, and I have no idea how it works. So, there's that, I guess. I don't want to play this game ever again, so let's move on to the final game on the list. FNAF Tycoon! Oh, yes, Five Nights at Freddy's, the franchise that somehow keeps sneaking its way into my videos. Now, this game lets you pick which character's tycoon you want, so I picked Monty because Monty wears sunglasses and sunglasses are cool, and I would also like to be cool someday. Tycoons are another one of the most popular games on Roblox, and again, I don't know why. They're a lot like kart ride games because they consist of entirely working, and they kind of suck, honestly. Mostly because Theme Park Tycoon 2 and Restaurant Tycoon go hard, probably because there's actual gameplay. FNAF Tycoon has nothing to do with FNAF aside from the name. You're not even building a pizzeria, just a generic building. I am disappointed. I wanted to become Monty. I guess now I'll never be cool. So, those are all the games I wanted to talk about. They're not very good, aside from Rocket Kart Ride into Minions for Admin, which is great, but I think that the worst part of these games are the microtransactions. Robux is the currency used on Roblox, and boy, does Roblox really want you to spend your precious doubloons on this fictional currency. The smallest amount of Robux you can purchase costs $5, and the most expensive costs $200. That's insane. And these Slop games, they have so much things to buy with Robux. Admin and FNAF Tycoon cost 4,000 Robux. That means they need to spend $50 to buy it. Do you know what you can buy with $50? At least 2 FNAF games. Not only that, but there's things that cost Robux that are single use. In Build to Survive, you can buy a one-use nuke for 500 Robux or $10. The real problem is the target demographic of these games, which is kids. Now, surprisingly, children don't know how to make smart financial decisions. While you and I may know that spending $10 to nuke the Among Us imposter in a Roblox Build to Survive is dumb, a kid's not going to know that. They're going to see the big colorful button with the word nuke on it, and they'll beg mommy for Robux because colors and nukes are cool. I don't know, it just seems kind of scummy to have all these microtransactions in games for little babies. Games that, might I add, aren't even good in the first place. In conclusion, Roblox is a weird site and the minions are awesome. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go watch the Despicable Me 4 trailer for the 14th millionth time.